Welcome to Tabletop Assault, I'm David.
I'm Ross.
And today we're going to be giving you a Kill Team battle report where I'll be kicking about with some Primaris Space Marines.
And I'll be using Necrons. So today we're going to be playing Terror Tactics. How that works is that essentially we'll deploy on two different sides and our objective is to get to the other side. What you do is that for each model you get across your opponent's, the edge of the board directly opposite of you, you get 2 victory points. For every model that you kill of your opponent's side, you get 1 victory point. Only if you complete a whole movement do you get across there. If one team is completely broken, no matter how many points that you may have, you could have 11,308,000, then you still lose the other opponent. If they're at 0 and they are not broken, they win. So it's important to stay not broken and get your troops across the field.
So with that, let's show you the kill teams.
So we have my Necron kill team here. From left to right, I have on the left a Deathmark leader, so he's going to be on leader level 1 with Synaptic Disintegrator. I then have a second Deathmark with Synaptic Disintegrator, and that's a Sniper Specialist level 1. I then have a third Deathmark with Synaptic Disintegrator, and that is my Comms level 1. I then have a Flayed Specialist, Flayed 1 Specialist with Flayed Claws, and he is a Zealot. I then have for regular troops, I have 2 Flayed ones and then 2 Necron Warriors, both armed with Gauss Flares. That is my Necron kill team.
So here's my 95 points Imperial Fist Primaris Kill Team. Starting in the middle, number 6 is going to be my Sergeant with a Power Sword, Bolt Rifle, Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades. Moving on to my Intercessor Gunner, which is marker number 1 in the far left. That's my Demolitions Expert with a Bolt Rifle, Bolt Pistol, Auxiliary Grenade Launcher, Frag and Crack Grenades. The rest are just remaining Intercessors. So number 2 is a Sniper Specialist with the Stalker Bolt Rifle, which is a heavy version, Bolt Pistol, Auxiliary Grenade Launcher, Frag and Crack Grenades. Number 3 is another Intercessor with a Bolt Rifle, Bolt Pistol, Grenades, and he's Comms Specialist. And then 2 normal Intercessors on the right flank, all with the Bolt Rifles, Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades. That's my 95 point kill team. Let's crack on. Right guys, this is the battle map we're playing today. We're just going to customize our own sort of map up. As you can see, these sort of cornered dice, they actually identify the boundaries of our battle zone today. But deployment zones is this side to that side. We'll obviously decide in a minute who we're going to be using. But let's see which army can sort of hop across from one end to the other. Okay guys, we're into the magical scouting phase. It's pretty much always been plant traps, disarm traps for a wee while. So Ross, go and reveal yours first. You're on the left.
So I'm going to choose take forward positions. Basically this allows me to choose, when I've set up before the first battle, choose 20% of my models in my team, and I can make a normal move for them. It's not an advanced move, just a normal move. Basically allows me to move a bit forward, which super handy in this game because you want to get to the other side.
Ross, do you want to reveal mine for me? My hands are full.
And number 6, oh no, the only counter to this one, which is eliminate sentries. If you choose this strategy, once all kill teams have been set up and before the first round begins, up to 20% of your models in your kill team, this is David's rounding up, can make a shooting attack as if it was a shooting phase. When they do so, they must target a model that has been made a normal move as a result of take forward positions. So I may be able to move, but David in turn can shoot me.
So now we're into the deployment phase. We're going to roll off to see who gets greatest and least strategic advantage, so we can start to deploy and choose our deployment zones. Ross, what do you get? Roll 2d6.
2d6! Got a 9.
And I get 11.
Oh.
So I will get greatest strategic advantage, which means I get to choose a deployment zone to start in. So obviously line of sight blockers are going to be important in this game, but most line of sight blockers for this side is really this piece of terrain here, which is actually far away, and I wouldn't mind your stuff staying in there. I'm going to choose this side. We'll also start deploying there. We'll come back once deployment is finished. So let's show you the deployments. So the Intercessor Imperial Fist all finished up. So we've got my leader down here in the building, my sniper and my just another gunner, or normal intercessor, sorry, up top. We then have my demolitions intercessor just hiding in the back there, my comms intercessor along with another normal intercessor, all just kicking about. Ross, what do you have on this side?
It's a bit of a tricky one on this side. So I have my 2 flayed ones and my zealot flayed one out the front. 2 Necron warriors going along beside them. And then basically a bunch of my Deathmark specialists. I have my sniper, which is number 1, my comms, which is number 2, and leader up there as well. Don't have much movement in terms of gaining cover, so I'm clearly going through this sort of very dangerous no man's land first, but it's all about getting to the other side. With that, I get to make a movement with 20% of my forces, so we'll resolve that next. So I've scouted forward with 20% of my force, which will be 2 guys. And that's the 2 flayed ones here, basically wanting to move forwards and try and get, if I can get into combat then excellent. I just need to wither the firepower first. So with that, David gets to now eliminate sentries.
So Ross has done his take forward positions. I get to now use my scouting eliminate sentries, which I'll take 20% rounding up, which in my kill team will give me 2 models. And I get to shoot at Ross's 20% models that he'd move forward. So that'll be this intercessor here, who's going to fire straight down at this guy. And I will be choosing my demolitions expert round here to shoot with as well. Again, I can only target Ross's take forward positions model. So we'll start up here. Now there's no obscurity, I can get a line of sight top down to bottom. And as Ross is in rapid fire range with my bolt rifle. So this will be 3s to hit. Well, that's a fantastic start right there, Ross.
That's not good.
And then my demolitions expert, now you will be obscured, so that will be rapid firing again, but it will be 4s to hit and it's on the same model.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Yep.
2 hits. Now I'll be wounding you on 4s because your toughness 4.
Yep.
But as you are obscured and I'm a demolitions expert, my level 1 ability means I'll get +1 to my wound rolls.
Okay.
So wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds.
Oh my goodness.
These are -1, so I think that's a 5-up save.
5-up save indeed. So I failed them both. So roll 1 dice, see the damage.
I think only get you on a 5+ because you are obscured.
Yep, and on a 6 actually ignore it due to reanimation protocols.
Yeah,
so only a 5 to take me out.
Well,
6 activates reanimation protocols.
No damage. So there we have it, guys. The intercessors failed to take the advantage, eliminate sentries. So now we're going to move on to battle round 1. It's time to see who gets initiative.
So yeah, let's do this. I'm going to go first. For a 7. David?
For a 7,
Okay.
so we'll re-roll it. Ross going first.
For a 7 again.
7. For a 5. So it will be Necrons taking initiative.
So we're into the first battle round for this kill team match. Necrons have the initiative and they failed to get any of their sentries eliminated, which puts them in a prime position. This game is all about getting to the opponent's other side, which might be dangerous with me already with 2 flayed ones moving up that way. I think I'm going to go a similar tactic, just move barrel on forward. David hopes for burnout get in combat, or even worse, get to the other side. Let's see how the movements go. So that is the end of the movement phase. I did get to go first, and basically I just advanced everything. I know how important it is really in this match to just leap forward. I do also have aggressive sort of combat units. Didn't get as much obscurity because this is a very dangerous central zone, but I know it's absolutely important to get to the other side. So I've advanced everything. What have you done, David?
So only one of my intercessors moved, which is this guy here. We will actually come to the charge move in a second. We forgot to do that first, but we'll come to that. Everyone else has actually readied up. They're just going to put a foray of firepower into the front lines of the Necrons, see if we can whittle them down. But my leader is going to sally forth in a charge. So my leader is going to lead by example and charge Ross's flayed one out the front. It's a 4-inch charge to get within an inch. He makes it. So we're going to go with my sniper intercessor up here, who's going to use his stalker bolt rifle, his heavy one shot, and he hasn't moved. Now with his sniper ability, he's going to get reroll hits of 1, and I'm going to use the masterful marksmanship. If he's an intercessor shooting, which he is, I'll get +1 to my hit and wound rolls for 1 command point. So I'll be hitting on 2s, reroll 1s, wounding on 3s.
Oof, okay.
So hitting on 2s, we hit. Wounding on 3s. That's a wound. Now it's -2 to your saves.
So that will only be a 6-up save. Now this was onto my zealot at the front.
Sorry, I should have said, yeah.
There's no obscurity of any kind, so I really want my zealot to live. 6-up save? Nope, so we do fail it.
So on a 4+ or 4/5, he's dead. 6, you ignore it as usual.
And I love a 6 here.
You've got to be kidding me. I might actually command point that.
I would. I think that's a very good call.
My other stratagems I don't actually need to use.
Yep.
So I'm going to command point that.
You've rolled 3 6s so
Oh,
far.
I know, it's getting ridiculous.
So if you roll an R6 here, I'll be delighted.
Okay, I can see you grinning. He's out of action!
So there we go.
That was worth every command point. This intercessor here is just going to shoot straight across at this flayed one. No obscurity, and it's rapid fire with his bolt rifle.
Okay.
So we're going to be hitting on 3s for 2 hits, wounding on 4s for 2 wounds, and it's -1 to your save.
It's 5-up saves.
Yep.
Okay, I fail 1.
So with no obscurity and a 4 or 5 is out of action. 6 you ignore, anything else is a flesh wound. He takes a flesh wound. So we're going with my demolitions expert next, and he's just going to shoot straight at the injured flayed one. No obscurity, which means my demolitions ability will have no effect, but it's probably important I kill this zealot.
Flayed one.
So he's in rapid fire range again, so it's just 3s to hit. You know what? I'm going to also use my comms ability here.
Yep.
My comms specialist is going to put his comms scanner into him to give him +1 to his hit rolls. It's not a stratagem, it's just his ability.
Yep, sounds good.
So hitting on 2s. Okay, not great. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. It's a wound. It's -1.
-1, 5-up save. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Comm specialist is now going to shoot the flayed one. I think I'm obscured, so it'll be 4+ to hit, but you're still in rapid fire range. So comm specialist, hit on 4s for 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. It's nothing. This intercessor here is going to shoot now, after we've done all our readies, straight into this warrior. He's out in the open, there's no obscurity, it's just straight rapid fire.
Go for it.
3s to hit. 2 hits.
Oh my, okay.
4s to wound. For 1 wound, at -1.
-1 will bring me to 5-up save. Nope. I am going to use 2 command points here to do, I think, is it advanced reanimation protocols or primary reanimation protocols? Means you have to roll 2 dice on the entry roll table and apply the lowest.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll apply the lowest, which is 1, so I'll take a flesh wound.
So my leader is now going to strike the flayed one into the combat phase. So I get 3 attacks with my leader. He's got a power sword, so that will be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s for no saves.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s, only 2 hit.
Only 1 hit.
So only 1 hit, wounding on 4s. He doesn't wound. That's tragic.
So my flayed ones managed to survive that brutal power sword. Going to attack back with 3 attacks. It's going to be 3s to hit. For all hit, it's going to be 4s to wound you. Reroll all failed wounds. Don't need that, they all wound.
Okay, 3 up armor, this is looking tragic. Passed 2, failed 1, so you just take a flesh wound. Sorry guys, not a flesh wound, he just suffers a wound, my mistake.
So that is the end of the first battle round. Interesting results in that one, where basically the Necrons have moved up quite well and now threatening to get over to the other side. David has taken a casualty and a few flesh wounds off the Necron side, but generally, if he doesn't cause enough, I will get to the other side successfully. With that, let's go on to battle round 2.
Heading into battle round 2, it's time to see again who gets initiative.
So I absolutely do not want this. I want to react to your movement. I think you're thinking the same, David.
Yeah, sure thing.
Show me a low roll.
Oh.
3 is good, 5 is not.
You will get initiative, Ross. Right, battle round 2, so Ross has initiative. Didn't go that well for Imperial Fists. I'm hoping this will be a better turn. Getting second in initiative order does actually kind of help a bit. So let's hopefully things fall into place. But let's crack on with the movement.
Finished up the movement for the Necrons. So how's it gone? I have basically advanced everything this guy got on Mighty Advance, almost to the edge of the board. These two are following suit as well. The flesh wounded Necron warrior on this side has moved up to try and get a bit of cover, and we've also got our flayed one still in combat with Lieutenant with another Necron warrior here as well. However, my flayed one here that is flesh wounded has made a charge against these two intercessors.
Yep.
Yep. So going for a charge there, it's a 7-inch charge, but David has chosen to overwatch into him.
Well, yeah, if I retreat, I'm further away from my objective of getting them off the board, and I can't do anything. So,
yep.
Yeah. So we want to resolve that just now.
Okie dokie.
4 shots, rapid firing, bolt rifles. Looking for 6s. We get none. So you get your 2 dice.
Got my 2 dice.
Charge time.
7-inch charge. You can bet there's going to be command points spent to make this a fail. 7 inches. I'm going to spend command point, and when you do, it has to be the whole roll. 7 inches will get us in.
So movement wise, I've readied up my sniper, moved the normal intercessor and my comm specialist. Obviously these guys are all pinned in combat, but you know what, we're going to get out of it, guys. We're going to get out of it. Let's move on to my readies and shooting. Sniper specialist is going to shoot down at Ross's comms death mark, no obscurity. I'm going to use no stratagems here because I want to save them for the fight phase. So 1 shot, hitting on 3s, reroll 1s. I hit anyway because I'm a sniper.
Yep.
Wounding on 4s. We don't wound, so I need to just deal with that because I need to save my points for the fight phase. Moving on, we're now going to go to my comm specialist, who is going to shoot 2 shots over at this guy here. Again, no obscurity, and he's going to actually comms himself, which basically means he'll hit on 2s. You're still in rapid fire range, Ross?
Yep.
So hitting on 2s with the bolt rifle, wounding on 4s. For 1 wound at -1.
-1 brings us to a 5-up save.
Yep.
Nope.
So no obscurity. So 4 or 5 he's dead. 6 he survives. Anything else is a flesh wound. He's dead.
Okay. And we're filming.
This intercessor is going to rapid fire onto your death mark up here. Your comm specialist, I believe.
It is indeed.
You're in rapid fire range and there's no obscurity. So hitting on 3s for 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. It's a wound. -1. 4-up save.
It'll be 5-up for death marks.
They're 3-up armor. Yeah.
Oh, alright, okay, 4-up save. Do it. Gonna use the command point. No, I've used it this time, haven't I?
I would save it actually for the combat. I'm about to do something very nasty.
Okay, well, roll C damage.
Same results, 4, 5, 6 you ignore.
I badly need this guy to survive.
He takes a flesh wound.
Yeah. So we're going to go with the Hammer Wrath from this charging flayed one onto your demolition expert. I am flesh wounded, so -1 to hit. So 3 attacks hitting on 4s. For 1 hit.
Cool.
Wounding you on 4s, but rerolling all fails.
Reroll that, Ross.
Do you reroll?
No.
Nope. So now into the general combats, I will begin by choosing my other flayed one, who's obviously targeting your leader.
Okay.
2 attacks. I'm going to activate Disruption Fields, which increases the strength characteristic of one of my models by 1. So
Okay.
turn him in strength 5, so
Yep.
103s. So please hit well here. 3s to hit, 3s to wounds, reroll all failed wounds.
2
Not
hits.
bad start, 2, but it's 3s to wound you, and I get to reroll.
Well, I need that reroll.
So only 1 wound. Need this to go well.
No AP. Failed.
Do you want to reroll that?
No. Because
No.
I'll take a flesh wound, potentially.
Yep. Going on 4, I'll kill you.
So I'm going to just have to re-roll it and give up my strategy. I was planning to do attack again, which would basically give him 6 attacks, but I can't afford him to risk dying, so we'll re-roll it.
Die.
He passed. So down 1 command point. Ross is out of command points, but he ignores the damage. So it's my choice. Marines are leader. I'm just going to go with the leader next against your flayed one. Only 3 attacks here.
Used it. Uh-oh.
3 hit. It will be forced to wound with the power sword. So 1 wound is no save of any kind because it's -3.
Yep.
So it will be 4 or 5 is dead.
Is actually a flesh. Am I? No, I'm not.
No,
4
no.
or 5, I'm dead. 6 is fine.
I'm going to command point it.
Yeah.
Here's my last command point.
Show me a 6.
No, he's dead. Right, so I'm going to use these 2 intercessors on Ross's flayed one. So we'll just go with the demo guy first, I guess. So 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. For 1 wound, Ross. No AP, just normal armor save, mate.
4 up save.
Nailed it. We'll just go with the other intercessor on him as well. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
And here's 2 saves.
No, 2 fails, so 1 obviously be ignored. But you're flesh wounded, so on a 3, 4 or 5, he's dead.
On a 6, I come back with full efficiency.
He's flesh wounded, so not good.
So this is a very important rule here. I now have to make my break test for my team. More than 50% is either flesh wounded or dead. So I need to pass this. Fortunately, Necrons are super brave and have a leadership of 10. So I've got not roll 11 or 12. If I do, the team breaks, and the only way I can win is if then I need to break David.
You're fine.
So we're okay.
Right, that's the end of battle round 2. We've killed 3 Necrons, bringing the score 3-0, but Ross is about to rack up a ton of points as he gets his guys off the board. So yeah, let's go into battle round 3, see how it pans out. So the game kind of hangs on a knife edge here as we move into battle round 3. Anyone's game at the moment, so initiative is probably very important here.
Absolutely.
Ross, you rolled a 7 again. 7 again.
That's a 6.
Oh, so it is a 6. My math is off. So Imperial Fists will get initiative. So recapping Imperial Fist movement, I advanced my comm specialist and moved to my normal intercessor. So both of them are now next turn guaranteed to get off, which will give me points. Readied up my sniper because he's just being a pain, and these 2 are obviously stuck in combat. But I'm going to declare a charge with my leader onto the flayed one and to your death mark. And we need to resolve that just now. So Ross, how would you like to react?
So with the death mark, I am going to react by moving 3 inches. I can, I think it's called retreat. It moves me 3 inches in a direction away from you. So obviously I'll move to here.
Now we've pre-measured, so it will be a 7-inch charge now to get to the death mark. Pretty much can't fail the flayed one.
Yeah.
So here we go, charge time. I would rather get into the death mark.
Absolutely.
I am gonna get into the death mark.
Oh boy. It's finished up the Necron movement there, and yeah, it was pretty tragic. I thought about trying to kill one of the Primaris to try and sort of give me a point, and I decided no, go, you know, hellbent for leather, advance off the board. 3 guys at the back all advanced. All of them, I believe, rolled 1s. Oh boy, I thought about rerolls, but I decided to not reroll because my heart, you know, died when I rolled 3 1s for advances. But I do have ways to maybe survive damage, which might be more helpful. So yeah, with that, let's go into the shooting phase.
So here we have this sniper, and he's going to shoot all the way down onto your death mark.
That's my leader.
That's your leader.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm... Oh, should I use a stratagem here then?
Shoot him in the back.
No, I'm not going to use a stratagem. We're just going to shoot with the stalker repeater bolt rifle. So 3s to hit, reroll 1s. We hit. It'll be 4s to wound. We don't... I'm not going to command point it. This intercessor is going to shoot down at Ross's flesh-wounded Necron warrior now. You're out of rapid fire range due to your advance, and you are obscured due to your good placement. So it'll be 4s to hit, but I'm now going to comms him to make him 3s to hit.
It's also long range as well.
Oh yeah, so back to 4s to hit.
4s to hit.
We fail. Right, my leader is going to lay into this death mark who tried to escape his death. So, 3 attacks with power sword, hitting on 3s. Decent start. Winning in 4s. 1 wound. It's -3 AP, so 6 up save.
6 up save, here it comes! Oh, okay.
So you're already flesh wounded, so on a 3, 4 or 5, you're out of action. 6, you ignore it. Additional flesh wounds on a 1 or 2.
Okay, so I'm going to activate the Advanced Reanimation Protocol again. I forget its name. But basically you have to roll 2 dice here. add 1 dice and choose the lowest result. So I need you to roll a 1 or 2. Do not roll a 6. It's 2.
Oh, sure.
Don't roll a 6 because I'll feel bad. That one, I'll take it.
So you take another flesh wound. So I'm going to choose my next guy, which will be my demolitions expert. He's going to lay into your 2 flesh wounded flayed one. So 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. For 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. For 1 wound.
Okay, 4 up save.
Sure is, Ross.
Nope, I'm out of command points.
So on a 2, 3, 4 or 5, he's dead. 1, it's another flesh wound.
And I believe that actually does slay him still, maybe.
We'll double check.
Yep.
But 6, you ignore it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's after the 3rd one.
He's dead.
He's gone. He's kind of gone. So my sniper specialist, Deathmark, is going to prove he is the hero of this kill team, and he's going to kill David's lieutenant. I get 1 dice. No command points here. 3 step, force to wound. 3 step. Okay, we nailed it. Force to wound. No, I didn't do it. Nailed it.
I'm just going to immediately use 2 command points for honour of the chapter, and I'm going to immediately attack again with one of my models. I'm choosing my leader.
Okay.
I just realised as well, I actually forgot to shoot some of the pistols earlier on in the combat phase, or in the shooting phase, because they could have shot.
Okay.
But it's done now.
Yep.
Either way though, 3 attacks with the power sword. For 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound.
6 up save.
Yep, you do, -3. Nope.
No. So what's this?
2, 3, 4 or 5, he's dead. 6, it's ignored. 1, it's another flesh
Show
wound.
me the 6.
Oh, and I'm out of command points.
So we're on to the morale phase for the kill teams. Necrons to go on this one. So more than half my team is now killed or flesh wounded. So yeah. Ironically, with the Deathmark, who was sniper specialist, going back to full efficiency, only meant I lost by 1 here. So yeah, I've got leadership 10, fail on 11 or 12. And I am broken, I have no way to re-roll that. And yeah, on that note, David, that is pretty bad. Well, that is the end of battle round 3, and on that note, as I am now broken, I mean, I'm leadership 10, it's just anything but 11 or 12, I'm going to concede. The reason for that is that in the terror tactics, if one team is broken and the other one isn't, the one that isn't broken wins. Like, I could have 1,100,000 and whatever number 11 million whatever victory points, David could have 0, he still wins.
Yeah.
I would need to eliminate, how many guys do I need to kill?
So I've got a 6-man team, so you'd have to eliminate 4 guys.
4 guys, 8 wounds. I'm now all -1 to hit, not including all my flesh wounds, etc. For me to even stand a chance.
I've got 4 victory points already as well.
David has 4 victory points. 2 guys about to claim an hour. Nope, David, I'm done.
Good game.
Yep. Let's have a chat about it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. That was a very interesting one. I've played Terror Tactics before, and it is quite important to be aggressive moving across. If you can just make it across to the other side, you can just run away with points. But equally, one thing I forget is that if your guys die, that can be a problem as well.
Yeah. So that was actually my first official win on Kill Team. Which was really nice. Yeah, I've had a few draws and I've not actually won yet.
Oh well done.
Yeah. But for me, that was interesting. I started to see Ross jumping across the board really quickly, maybe panic. And I think there's 2 ways. If you can't equally jump across the board as quick as your opponent's doing, is to set up a defensive line and just try and break them or try and kill them. And I think my leader was the star of the show. He came out into the middle of the field and just started cutting people about.
I think it's important, although I didn't make attempts to do much damage on the Primaris having 2 wounds and superhuman physiology, I think it is, which means they ignore the sort of hindrance of flesh wounds, whether it's a -1 to hit. They'd ignore it. It means you have to get through really 3 wounds before they become less efficient. Which makes them really quite good on that. When you had a large number of them and they all had -1 AP, they hit harder than I thought.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Primaris. I think I'm going to be exploring their sort of way to kit them out a bit more. But yeah, otherwise, very enjoyable game. First time playing Terror Tactics as well, so I learned a lot about that.
Sure. So thanks again for watching. Please comment, share, like and subscribe. Let us know what you thought. And we'll see you on our Tabletop Assault Battle Report.